Tonight in sports, the local connection to an NFL safety device.
Time for Atlanta Now Sports.
Hi there, I'm Sam Crenshaw. After the 4th of July holiday, American sports fans begin the countdown to the start of football season. It is a sport that can take a toll on its participants. Head injuries can limit and end careers, but a locally produced safety device could change the game at its highest level. The Falcons will soon start their preseason training camp, and when they do, we can expect to see protective coverings on helmets. For the past 2 years, the National Football League has mandated Guardian caps be used during preseason practices by all players except quarterbacks, kickers, and punters. Last season, the mandate was extended to regular and postseason practices, and just this spring, players were given the option to wear them in regular season games this fall. Falcons guard Chris Lindstrom talked about it.
I think the improvements that the Guardian cap made last year in terms of not, like the first year would really ride up. And then, but I felt like in camp and stuff, it was a lot better the second year. And I think the injury statistics really prove its effectiveness.
Those statistics reflected a 50% reduction in concussions during preseason practices. That, along with the green light to be used in games, set off excitement at Guardian headquarters in Peachtree Corners, where one word summed up the owner's thoughts.
Shocked. Honestly shocked. Because we didn't think that we would see it at that level with the pageantry of the game. It was very clear to us when we started this process in 2010 that the league needed to see changes, but changes in outcome without changing too much of the look of the game. So it's amazing how far they've come.
It's an idea that Aaron and Lee Hansen launched in the kitchen of their Johns Creek home. Their background was in the materials science business with some 30 years experience. The Guardian caps took them in a different direction.
We solve problems for companies, but it's kind of more boring chemical engineering kind of problems. So it's very geeky, sciencey, lots of engineers and labs and people creating solutions. So when it came to sports, it wasn't something that we had ever set out to do, but for us it was a calling. If we could make a difference, we probably needed to throw our hat in the ring.
NFL statistics reveal a 20% reduction in helmet-to-helmet impact. Jamal Lewis played 10 seasons as an NFL running back. He feels the added protection can keep more players on the field and off the sidelines.
I've seen a few games where, you know, that key player or that one of those good players or whatever that's a key factor in the game goes out because he had to go out for a play, or two, you know, just because he got to go get checked out for, you know, concussion protocol. And they want to minimize that. And I think that having, you know, the Guardian caps just adds that extra layer so you might not have to miss that big play.
Head injuries are clearly the top priority with the Guardian caps, but they are helpful in other ways. They're very popular with the coach of the Los Angeles Rams.
Matt Stafford in the first practice in 2021 threw a pass, cracked his thumb on the helmet of the guy in front of him. And Coach McVay said, hey, anybody around my quarterback needs to have a soft cover on his helmet. So he said, call the Guardian people and get these caps out overnight. They called us up and we got them there.
College football is keeping an eye on the pros, and you can find the helmet coverings on college campuses, including the University of Georgia. At Colorado, Coach Deion Sanders had his entire team wear Guardians during this year's spring game. Coach Prime is a big fan.
Coach Prime is the best. We started with him at Jackson State. And when he got to Colorado, we called up and said, you know, hey, Coach, is Colorado interested? And he said, well, I am, and that's all that matters. So he's a big fan of our product, and he's all on board. He's one of our biggest supporters.
Having their product endorsed at the professional and collegiate level is great news for Guardian, but the product's original target was younger players. We will take a look at its impact at the high school level tomorrow in part 2 of our story.